Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very fast start already to the first of the men's quarterfinals. And you can see on court there in the green, the second seed, WAIKATO Chileshe, up against green Templeton from the Bay of Plenty. And Joe Smythe there just hitting the cover off the ball already. It's loud in here because of them hitting it so hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking it so early.
We haven't even had a point yet, but we've had a very long rally. Oh, there we go.
Great working both there from GT.
I think it's Glenn likes to play with his power. He's got plenty of strength there, and Lwamba, well, he likes to really give it a good go as well. So we're going to probably see a lot of this. In the end, someone like Lwamba, he's quite patient as well. He likes to go for it, but he's quite patient to stay in the rally.
Yeah.
What we saw in the previous game, Joe, was the ball hitting the back wall, and it would quite often drop or roll. And Natalie says a 5-game win over Lauren Clark. So I think if these guys can get the ball back to that back wall, it'll certainly help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing on this court yesterday, I found the backhand corner slid out a little bit.
I mean, it's not cold outside, and it's not necessarily cold in with the crowd here. Quite a big crowd already. But it is certainly cooler, getting cooler right now. We've noticed the temperature drops around the country.
Yeah.
Not sure what it was in Hamilton this morning. You know that?
Great shot there from Louis.
So you agree with the ref on that one?
Yes. Roll at the back.
There we go. There's that hitting the back wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find certain courts, whether it's at, you're at the Devoy Club, aren't you? Do you find, is there a court there that sort of plays a little bit different to some of the other courts? I mean, you've got a relatively new facility, or relatively new courts.
Yeah, I really enjoy playing at the Devoy courts.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Devoy courts, they're all quite similar.
Okay.
You know, one doesn't really stand out for me, but all of them play quite nicely and suit my game, which is something I really enjoy playing.
That was good. Just able to use the ankle down on the ball there to give nothing back to Lwamba. He wasn't able to pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Really tight as well from GT there.
It's a loud tin, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know if you hit it.
Yeah.
So out of the Devoy Club, who's your main coach there for you?
I've got Robbie White. Yeah, so 2 lessons a week with old Robbie, and then every so often with Dave Clark. Yeah.
And you hit quite a lot with Benjamin Adams?
Yeah, me and Benjamin train quite a bit.
He's pretty much your all-rounder, isn't he?
Yeah.
Everything, tennis and squash, and then academic.
Yeah.
Scholarship to Cambridge.
Crazy kid, crazy.
Did you get it? physical size of both players, how the traffic gets a little bit more congested there in the middle of the court as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great length from Lloyd there, punching the volley, putting GT under a bit of pressure.
No player been able to get each other away yet. It's an interesting boast. Oh. So do you find that you get knocked around a little bit when you're playing interclub in the Bay? You know, some of the older guys just sort of bump you. I mean, you're not a big guy.
Yeah, a little bit. Definitely try and move around them. But if I do get in a bit of contact, I always come off second best.
No let there. I don't know. I'm not sure how he was calling a let. But there was no let. You can see the big stride there from Glenn Templeton as he stepped across from that serve.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stay So, okay, ball was out. I thought it was close.
Yeah, very marginal there. Very marginal.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, that's the whole thing about squash. There's a lot of marginal calls. So, do you find that when you're umpiring, when you're refereeing, when you're playing interclub or anything like that, do you enjoy it?
Refereeing?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of pressure on you. Come on, man, give me that.
I really don't enjoy refereeing at all, actually. Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Especially in a tight one. All the pressure's on you.
You're not the players. It's on you.
Yeah.
And it must be quite tight, you know, quite difficult because, you know, you're a teenager and you might have some men who are a bit older. Come on, huh? Give me, come my way.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Good learning though.
Yeah. The thing with some sports like, I remember in tennis, if you won, you didn't have to umpire. If you lost, you had to umpire. So it was such a great incentive to not.
Yeah, a bit of motivation there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to
Great
lose.
incentive. So what do you think in this game? What can either player do to really step up and sort of go past the other? Is there anything in particular?
The court looks quite hot, so anything short's got to be nice and tight to be very effective. But yeah, both players are playing quite high intensity to start off with. It's good.
It would almost seem to me that by hitting it so hard, they're giving each other enough pace off the ball to get to it. You know, if they hit it just a little bit soft, it would just change the pace a little bit.
I guess.
I mean, that was kind of high risk. You put it right there in his hitting zone.
Yeah, a bit of an unforced error there from Glenn.
It's almost quite a macho game so far. If you can hit it hard, I can hit it harder.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Great length there from Louis.
Sort of towards the forehand corner and hitting the back wall. Makes you think twice, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, Glenn would have been looking to drive that, but no, just driving that forehand corner.
So for you, Joe, out of Tauranga, have you finished school yet, or you still got a little way to go?
Yeah, so I've got one more year at Tauranga Boys College, and then I'll be off looking at going to uni.
And is school pretty good for you with them playing squash to give you a little bit of time to actually try and develop a bit more? I mean, obviously you want to do academic as well, but...
Yeah, it's quite good because the squash facility is right next door to my school.
Right, yeah,
so
of course.
Lunchtime, morning tea, I can go over, have a bit of a hit. She knows it's great for my squash.
Just picked that one up, it was tight. So there we go, first game. And everybody's having a bit of trouble with this court. It was like the main court at Rembura last week. People couldn't get in or out.
Yeah.
So the first game there to Lwamba Chileshe. Already into the second game and another live wire rally already between these two. Lwamba Chileshe, the second seed and ranked 143 in the world up against Glenn Templeton. I've managed to coerce Joe Smythe into staying for another game. He's enthusiastic to stay on. Come on, Joe, you know you are. You love it.
Love it.
So what did you think about that first game?
Yeah, I thought it was...
So you hear a bit of a discussion there. I think that's so noisy on court.
It is.
They're probably not hearing it. But
Yeah. Bit
it's
of
like they
banter
need
on court.
a big speaker. Ow! They got that one though.
Yeah.
For you this year, obviously, studies are important at Tauranga Boys, but you've got the age group nationals later this year, quite late, and that's in Timaru.
Yeah.
Well, you had it in Christchurch last year. Did you come in that? You got third and fourth, or third? You beat Glenn in the. Yeah. You beat Glenn. That would have gone down really well. And just recently in the Junior Open at Remuera, what was that, last week? You were in the final. Yeah. You lost to Riley Jack, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you can say that this year's your opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, you've got Riley Jack as one of the main seeds. You were the second seed at the Opens. Who else is one of the players that we should watch out for? I mean, Elijah, he can still play in it, can't he?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he's a bit injured at the moment though, so he's making a recovery, which is good to see. So yeah, they expect Elijah to be back playing in 6 weeks.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you forget that he's still a junior.
Yeah.
Doesn't really look like a junior.
Yeah.
He's been playing pro stuff for quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Great player, old Elijah.
And this is what they can't afford to do, stray errors like that, because would have given them the 4-1 lead and then back into the 10. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
What would you say is your strength? You're pretty fit.
Yeah.
Is that your strength, or is there any particular shot?
I definitely like my front straight drop on the back end.
Okay.
Or any front court shot from the back end. Just try to take it as early as possible. Put my opponent under pressure. Yeah.
Well, it was a good movement from Glenn to get to there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gee, a couple of good shots. Having a good laugh about it. So how did you get into squash?
Yeah, my dad went down one night to play a bit of... Oh.
Got him. Yeah. There you go. Look at everybody. Well, they're still laughing about it. Interesting that it's sunny outside, but there's quite a few people inside here on this court. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon and
Awesome facility.
yeah. Have you seen the other court out the back?
Yeah, the Susan DeVoy.
Yeah, the Susan DeVoy court.
Yeah.
Boy. Did you feel frustrated about that one, Joe?
Yeah. Tough pill to swallow, that one.
Yeah, that Susan DeVoy court's apparently a very good court to play on. It's like the DeVoy court's like in a pit. isn't it? You sort of look there and it's like
Yeah.
drop down into it. There's no railings, you know,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
sort of fall down into that one. But apparently it's a great court to play on.
Yeah, I've played on there a couple of times. On a cold day, it's quite
Right.
cold and a bit dead, but
Yeah.
it's a great court.
So where have you found the best court that you really enjoyed playing on? Is that
Um,
in Devoy? I guess you've got to say
yeah.
that, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Home court at Savoy. I just love how they play. Nice and fast, nice and warm.
Well, this particular game has just turned a little bit messy now. As Lwamba Chileshe just zoomed out to gain ball.
Seeing about 5-2,
There you go.
two unforced errors just kind of led to this.
Yeah, you just see it then, and unfortunately, Glenn Templeton's head's gone down a little bit there. And, so Lwamba Chileshe up by 2 games to love. The second game, well, a lot of errors from Glenn Templeton. Again, on each occasion, the start of each game has been a real ferocious rally. Plenty of real hard hitting. Just fallen away a little bit further as the match proceeds. Oh. Just too tempting to hit that shot. And a big crowd gathered around this court at the Hamilton Squash and Tennis Club. Over 150 entries throughout the divisions. In fact, in the men's there's 8 divisions, and I believe in the women's there's 7. So fantastic work by the club. Nice play there. Oh, know that. Would have been quite tough to call that one a little bit late, I believe. And thank you very much for the people who have joined us so far today. We've had Bruce Morgan, who is the General Manager of Squash Waikato. Also had Mason Smales and Joe Smythe. And we have a few others, no doubt, joining us along the way as we continue this afternoon. And then with the semi-finals this evening from 6:15. Oh, almost. Great shot. Controlling the middle of the court there, and Glenn Templeton having to do a full circle. Almost retrieved it, but to no avail on that one. Just remembering the matches completed so far. Caitlin Watts defeating Sophie Hodges, and we had Natalie Sayes over Lauren Clark in 5. This is the first of the men's quarterfinals. And into the 10. And Lwamba, just Glenn Templeton, just taking his time to get set. Lwamba Chileshe will be happy to be out there all day. The shot was on. And looking reasonably warm on the court. It's reasonably warm actually in the crowd as well. Great for this time of the year, although the temperature has cooled down significantly. And he managed to pick it up. And perhaps the ball not flying off the court off the front wall as it normally would. And into the 10. So remembering we do have more tournaments around the country in the next few weeks. There's a satellite in Devoy Club in Tauranga next week, followed by the Technic Fibre Open in Panmure. Nice. Well, it's a bit hard to try and lift over the outstretched limbs of Glenn Templeton. And well done there for Templeton, controlled it nicely. But yeah, tournaments over the next few weeks in the Bay of Plenty, then Technofibre Open Panmure, followed by Browns Bay Satellite, and then we have the Barfoot and Thompson Auckland Open at North Shore. And of course that is, the Auckland Open is a 10k prize money men's event and 5 for women. Make that 6 for women, sorry. Yeah, good play. And both players having to do a lot of spinning and turning. Oh. Chops that one nicely off his body, comes back off the wall with nothing on it. Too tough to get for Glenn Templeton, so that is a 2-point buffer now. And make that 3. Yeah, it's a couple there off the body. Well, this is what occurred in the second game as well. It was close for the first few points, and then Lwamba just stepping up and stepping away. Oh, well played. Just prods that one into the wall. No pace coming back.
Go GT. Picked up a good couple of points coming back for Glenn Templeton. He's stayed in this game. Played very nicely up near the wall on the forehand side. Yeah, gets. Yeah. Well, he gets the let. I believe he might have been hoping for a stroke. He was never going to get that, I don't believe. Let's see what can happen now. Oh. Yeah, great movement from Glenn Templeton in the end, but the ball just staying in that forehand corner. Oh yeah, nice shot. That's good play. And it's a nice way to go to a game point, match point. Oh. There you go. It was a little bit of a false finish in a way. It looked like a winner. It was a winner, but just took them a second or so to actually acknowledge it.